Welcome back to another Fear Fishing Tips, Tricks, and Other Random Thoughts. Big weekend. Shawn McCall and I had a big weekend. Finished in the 40s on Saturday, which wasn't a really good, solid finish, but got us points for that ever elusive CSFL Classic. Sunday, Shawn and I pulled it together, finished up 8th place out of 94 teams, so that was a great day. But for the whole event, I made some changes that I usually don't make. During pre-fishing, when I was did the day with no hook, I noticed something different and I wanted to make some changes. Anybody who watches the vlog all the time knows that I am in love with throwing black mini jigs with a blue and black trailer. I always throw it on my brand new crank and bladed jig rod, 7/4 medium heavy with Tatula 100 7:1 gear ratio, fast reel. This rod is amazing for pounding the bank. It's got a very soft tip, so when I'm swimming the jig, fish and shallow, the fish comes out, the tip allows me to not pull the jig out of the fish's mouth. The other thing, 50-pound J braid, very important. I really like flipping with 50-pound. When I went pre-fishing on the blue, couldn't get a hit, nothing. The other thing with the way the fish were biting, they're biting so soft that you could barely feel them pick the jig up. Most of the time they destroy the jig. This weekend when we were fishing ultra deep, I could barely feel them hit. Sometimes I would lift up and the fish would just be there. So I made some adjustments. Fishing deep weed, you want to make as many flips as possible. We flip every hole that we could possibly find. It changed from a 7:1 gear ratio to an 8:1 gear ratio. That way, after I'm done dunking, I can reel it in and make more casts. Over a period of an hour, I can guarantee you're going to make a whole lot more casts with that gear ratio rod. The other thing I switched up, I went from a 7/4 medium heavy to a 7/6 medium heavy, but this rod has a lot stiffer tip. The only real difference other than the 2 inches in the rod is that the casting rod has a lot stiffer tip than the rod I like to pound the bank with. This allowed me to really feel those subtle bites a whole lot better. Again, 50-pound J braid. But the big ticket was when I was pre-fishing for smallmouth. I noticed that the little crayfish were kind of a grayish color, but the great big mature crayfish were very, very orange. So I switched still use the same 9/16 black mini jig, but I switched that to a black trailer with orange claws. And as soon as I did that, I started picking up fish. So small details went a long way into Shawn and I finishing in 8th place, which is huge classic points. When I go back to the shallow water, flipping docks and stuff, I'm definitely going to use my 7/4. 7/4 is a lot easier to be more accurate flipping, but for now on, when I'm fishing that deep weed, I'll be using this 7/6 Daiwa Tatula casting rod with the 8:1 gear ratio reel. The other thing before I let you guys go, and I hope that, changing your jig chillers, watching what goes on out there, what you see while you're pre-fishing or just having fun fishing, kind of match the hatch the same as the fly fishermen do. The other thing, I want to thank everybody who sent messages, commented on posts, commented on Instagram, sent messages. Shawn and I both really appreciate the support. We couldn't do this, or it wouldn't even be fun to do this if we didn't have all the you guys cheering us on. So thank you very much. I hope this tip helps you when you're fishing deep weed. Use a faster gear ratio reel. It'll get that jig up and down, punching holes, and you'll get a whole lot more casts. And when fishing stuff like that, as you can see when we finished up, every second counts. We'll see you soon. 15 minutes to fish. Number 5. Oh. Man, have we had a day. Oh, yes.